Hello, dear friends and cherished viewers. Have you ever felt a growing sense of curiosity as you age, but found that asking questions often leads to misunderstandings or dismissive responses from the younger generation? You're not alone. In today's fast-paced world, the technological divide can leave us feeling powerless and frustrated. But there's a way to bridge this gap and foster understanding without the sting of sarcasm or arrogance. In this video, we'll explore 9 essential insights to help you navigate your relationships and interactions as you grow older. We'll discuss why it's crucial to avoid asking questions directly, how to express humility and compassion, and the importance of managing our emotions. By the end, you'll not only learn how to communicate more effectively with younger generations, but also discover how to maintain your dignity and self-worth in a world that sometimes overlooks the wisdom of experience. Stay tuned because the insights shared today can empower you to connect meaningfully, avoid unnecessary conflict, and enhance your overall well-being in this new chapter of life. Before we dive deeper, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever felt misunderstood by the younger generation? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your stories can inspire and support others facing similar challenges. 1. Embrace your curiosity without overstepping. Have you ever felt that your curiosity about the world is met with impatience or dismissal? As we grow older, our desire to learn and understand doesn't fade. It often intensifies. However, the way we express this curiosity can impact how our questions are received. Robert, a 65-year-old retired teacher, always had a thirst for knowledge. He loved exploring new technologies and understanding how things worked. However, whenever he asked his grandchildren about the latest gadgets or trends, he was met with eye rolls or sarcastic remarks. Feeling frustrated, Robert began to wonder if his curiosity was becoming a burden to his family. One day, instead of asking direct questions, Robert chose to express genuine interest. He complimented his granddaughter on her smartphone's camera quality and asked her to show him how to take a perfect selfie. This simple shift in approach transformed their interaction. His granddaughter was thrilled to teach him, and their bond grew stronger as they shared this new experience together. Personal insights. The power of gentle inquiry. Curiosity is a beautiful trait that keeps us engaged with the world around us. However, it's essential to approach it in a way that fosters positive interactions. Instead of asking direct questions that might be perceived as intrusive or burdensome, try framing your curiosity as admiration or interest in the other person's expertise. This not only makes the younger generation more receptive, but also creates opportunities for meaningful connections. By focusing on shared experiences and expressing genuine interest, you can bridge the generational gap and learn from each other's perspectives without causing frustration or misunderstandings. 2. Avoid arrogant language to preserve relationships. Have you ever used words that made you seem superior or dismissive, only to realize later that it pushed people away? Arrogant language can create barriers in relationships, making others feel undervalued or dismissed. Linda, a 70-year-old grandmother, loved sharing stories about her younger days. However, her enthusiasm sometimes came across as boasting. Phrases like, "back in my day," or "I know more about this than you do," inadvertently made her grandchildren feel inferior and reluctant to engage in conversations. Recognizing this, Linda decided to adopt a more humble approach. Instead of asserting her knowledge, she began to ask her grandchildren about their interests and listened attentively. She replaced boastful statements with expressions of curiosity and support, such as, "That's fascinating. Can you tell me more about it?" This change not only improved her relationships, but also made her feel more connected and appreciated. Humility is a powerful tool in preserving and strengthening relationships. By avoiding arrogant language and focusing on mutual respect, you create an environment where both parties feel valued and heard. This approach fosters trust and openness, allowing for deeper and more meaningful connections. Instead of positioning yourself as the authority, embrace the role of a learner and a supporter. Celebrate the achievements and knowledge of the younger generation, and in turn, you'll find that they are more willing to share and engage with you. 3. Protect your vulnerabilities by choosing what to share. As relationships grow more intimate, it can be tempting to share every aspect of your past, including mistakes and regrets. However, oversharing can sometimes lead to vulnerabilities that might not always be in your best interest. Charles, a 68-year-old retired banker, wanted to connect more deeply with his new partner. Eager to share his life story, he recounted past financial struggles and personal regrets. While his intention was to be open and honest, Charles soon realized that these stories made his partner uncomfortable and distant. Understanding the impact of his oversharing, Charles decided to focus on positive and current aspects of his life. He shared his hobbies, interests, and aspirations, allowing his relationship to grow on a foundation of mutual interests and respect, rather than past hardships. This thoughtful approach strengthened his bond with his partner, fostering a sense of security and trust. It's essential to recognize that while openness is valuable, not every detail of your past needs to be shared immediately or at all. By being selective about what you share, you protect your vulnerabilities and maintain control over your narrative. Focus on sharing experiences that contribute positively to the relationship and avoid delving into past regrets or mistakes unless they serve a meaningful purpose in the context of your connection. This approach allows you to build relationships based on present and future possibilities rather than past insecurities. 4. Manage your emotions to enhance interactions. Emotions play a significant role in how we interact with others. As we age, managing these emotions becomes crucial in maintaining healthy and fulfilling relationships. Eleanor, a 72-year-old retired nurse, often found herself becoming easily frustrated during family gatherings. Minor disagreements or misunderstandings would quickly escalate, leading to tension and discomfort. Realizing the strain this was putting on her relationships, Eleanor sought ways to manage her emotions more effectively. Through meditation and mindfulness practices, Eleanor learned to recognize her emotional triggers and respond calmly. She began to approach conversations with patience and empathy, allowing her to maintain her composure even in challenging situations. This newfound emotional balance improved her interactions, making her relationships more harmonious and enjoyable. Emotional intelligence is key to navigating relationships successfully. By managing your emotions, you can respond to situations more thoughtfully and prevent conflicts from escalating. This not only enhances your interactions, but also fosters a sense of peace and contentment in your relationships. Practices such as meditation, deep breathing, and mindfulness can help you become more aware of your emotions and develop strategies to manage them effectively. By cultivating emotional balance, you create a positive environment for yourself and those around you, strengthening your connections and enhancing your overall well-being. 5. Foster mutual respect through active listening. Active listening is a fundamental aspect of effective communication. It involves fully concentrating, understanding, responding, and remembering what is being said. This practice fosters mutual respect and strengthens relationships. Samuel, a 65-year-old retired engineer, wanted to improve his relationship with his teenage son. Realizing that their conversations often felt one-sided, Samuel decided to practice active listening. He made a conscious effort to give his full attention during their talks, asking open-ended questions and reflecting on his son's responses. This shift transformed their relationship. His son felt heard and valued, leading to more open and meaningful conversations. Samuel found that by actively listening, he not only deepened his understanding of his son's experiences, but also strengthened their emotional bond. Active listening is a powerful tool in building and maintaining healthy relationships. It shows respect and validation, making the other person feel valued and understood. This practice fosters trust and openness, allowing for deeper and more meaningful connections. To practice active listening, focus on the speaker without interrupting. Show interest through body language and verbal affirmations, and reflect on what is being said. By doing so, you create a supportive and respectful environment that enhances communication and strengthens your relationships. 6. Cultivate patience and understanding in conversations. Patience and understanding are essential qualities that contribute to healthy and fulfilling interactions. Cultivating these traits can help bridge generational gaps and foster harmonious relationships. Margaret, a 70-year-old grandmother, often felt frustrated when her grandchildren struggled to understand her perspectives. Instead of becoming impatient, Margaret chose to cultivate patience and understanding. She took the time to learn about their interests and the technologies they used, bridging the gap between their worlds. This effort paid off as Margaret found herself more connected to her grandchildren. They began to respect her opinions and sought her advice, recognizing her genuine interest and understanding. Margaret's patience and willingness to bridge the generational divide led to stronger and more meaningful relationships. Patience and understanding are vital in overcoming misunderstandings and building strong relationships. By approaching conversations with empathy and a willingness to understand the other person's perspective, you create a foundation of mutual respect and trust. In practice, this means taking the time to listen without judgment, seeking to understand before being understood, and being open to different viewpoints. Cultivating these qualities enhances your interactions, making them more positive and fulfilling for both parties involved. 7. Maintain your dignity and self-worth. Maintaining dignity and self-worth is crucial in fostering healthy relationships and personal well-being. As we age, external perceptions can sometimes impact how we view ourselves, but it's essential to preserve our sense of self-respect and confidence. Linda, a 68-year-old retired teacher, struggled with feelings of inadequacy when faced with dismissive remarks from younger colleagues. Instead of internalizing these comments, Linda chose to maintain her dignity by focusing on her strengths and contributions. She engaged in community activities, pursued hobbies she was passionate about, and surrounded herself with supportive friends. By maintaining her self-worth, Linda found renewed confidence and joy. Her positive self-perception not only improved her mental health, but also inspired those around her to respect and appreciate her wisdom and experience. Your dignity and self-worth are intrinsic to your identity and well-being. Preserving these qualities involves recognizing your value, celebrating your achievements, and not allowing others' perceptions to diminish your self-esteem. Practices such as self-reflection, setting personal goals, and surrounding yourself with positive influences can help maintain your sense of self-worth. By valuing yourself, you set the standard for how others perceive and treat you, fostering healthier and more respectful relationships. 8. Seek common ground to strengthen connections. Finding common interests and shared experiences can bridge the gap between generations and foster deeper connections. Seeking common ground allows for meaningful interactions that transcend age differences. Thomas, a 75-year-old retired musician, wanted to connect with his teenage granddaughter, who had little interest in music. Instead of pushing his passion, Thomas discovered that they both enjoyed gardening. They began to spend time together, tending to the family garden, sharing stories and learning from each other. This shared activity not only strengthened their bond, but also allowed Thomas to introduce his granddaughter to the joy of music in a natural and engaging way. By seeking common ground, Thomas and his granddaughter developed a relationship built on mutual interests and respect. Seeking common ground is a powerful way to connect with others, especially across different generations. By finding activities or topics that both parties enjoy, you create opportunities for meaningful interactions and shared experiences. Whether it's a hobby, a sport, or a mutual interest in technology, identifying and cultivating shared interests can enhance your relationships, making them more enjoyable and fulfilling. This approach fosters a sense of camaraderie and understanding, bridging any generational gaps and strengthening your bonds. 9. Express humility and compassion in interactions. Humility and compassion are essential qualities that enrich relationships and foster mutual respect. Expressing these traits can transform how you connect with others and enhance the quality of your interactions. A story of compassionate communication. Meet Henry. A 72-year-old retired doctor often felt misunderstood by his younger colleagues when discussing medical advancements. Instead of asserting his expertise, Henry chose to express humility and compassion. He listened to their perspectives, acknowledged their knowledge, and shared his experiences without judgment. This approach led to more collaborative and respectful interactions. Henry's colleagues began to value his insights and sought his advice, appreciating his humble and compassionate demeanor. This mutual respect strengthened their professional relationships and created a supportive work environment. Humility and compassion play a vital role in fostering healthy and respectful relationships. By approaching interactions with these qualities, you create an environment of trust and openness, where both parties feel valued and understood. Practicing humility involves recognizing that you don't have all the answers and being open to learning from others. Compassion entails empathizing with others' feelings and experiences, showing kindness and offering support when needed. These traits enhance your relationships, making them more meaningful and enduring. Which of these insights resonates most with you, and how do you plan to implement it in your relationships? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your insights can inspire and support others on their journey to better communication and stronger relationships. If you found this content valuable, please like, share and subscribe to our channel for more insightful discussions. Activate the notification bell so you won't miss any of our future videos dedicated to empowering your relationships and well-being. Your support means the world to us and helps us continue spreading these valuable lessons. Thank you for being part of this meaningful journey. Together, let's embrace a lifestyle filled with understanding, respect, and compassion.